Hello, I am Lanre Ajayi, reaching now on channel 1973.1 DT on people, places, and events. This is My City Speaks to Me, the Calgary edition. Welcome to the most exciting, the most beautiful building in town. I'm talking about the new Central Library in the heart of downtown Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Construction of the building began 2013 and opened its door to the public November 1st, 2018. In its first 4 days of operations, a total of 52,000 people walked into that door as part of the opening ceremony. Rent a laptop for free, and all from this locker. I'm here with Mary. Can you tell the audience what role you play in the library?
Sure. I'm Mary Kabusta. I'm the Director of Communications for the Calgary Public Library.
The library has been getting a lot of public interest lately, show of love and affection. Can you tell us the reason behind that?
Well, it's been a pretty exciting couple months, but really it's been a couple pretty exciting years. Ever since we made library cards free, we've just been on this rocket ship of growth across the city. We have over 683,000 members across Calgary, and we opened our new Central Library on November 1st. And it's been really, really exciting around here.
What are the target demographics, and tell us how the library is catering to meet the needs?
Sure. Well, I mean, so many different types of people use the library, and that's what makes it so exciting and so fulfilling to work here on a personal level. Whether it's young families who enjoy our early learning centers, newcomers, people that are just coming to Canada, maybe learning a language or trying to start their career. We also see a lot of small business owners, entrepreneurs, people that, especially from the downturn, are maybe shifting in their career or upgrading their skills. And there's also seniors who use the library as a place to combat social isolation. So there's so many different ages and backgrounds that use the library, and what's important is that the library remains a safe and welcoming place for all of those people.
That's good to hear. So what is the target visit per day, and how is that different from the previous library?
Sure. Well, our old library, which is just over there, we had over 1.1 million visits a year. So pretty busy. It was our busiest location. But then we would look at our new library, and we are on track to hit around 2 million visits annually by 2020. So you can see that we have certainly a lot of the people that were using our services before. But what are we seeing more here? Well, our early learning center has certainly expanded. There's 30 plus meeting rooms here. So a lot more community partners, small business. People are just using this location differently. And our teen center, which has been expanded, I mean, between 3 and 7 downstairs, you cannot find a seat in our teen center because there's not a lot of free and safe places for teens to gather and be social and work on their homework, but also have fun.
Cool. One more last question.
Sure.
The first time you stepped into this library, how does it feel?
I feel really blessed to be part of a project like this because you see it kind of grow and change every day. You have a million little milestones as you're working towards that opening. So whether it's the furniture like this coming in or the books arriving on the shelves, I would say the first day around opening, it was probably the day before opening when I walked in and everything looked perfect. It had all been set. And so it felt like the Christmas morning. You kind of walk in and you think, wow, it looks so good. And I think the building is beautiful, but really when you come through and see people using the space, using the collection, it's deeply, deeply fulfilling, and it's very emotional for a lot of us here.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us. Tell us your connection with this library.
So I'm the CEO of the Calgary Public Library. I've been working here for 5 years, about 5 years. And during that time, we've been involved in the design and the construction. When I say we, the library, along with the City of Calgary and the Calgary Municipal Land Corporation. So it's been a real nice 3-part partnership, in order to get this building going. But while this building was being designed and while it was being constructed, we in the library were working hard throughout the entire city to make our library as accessible as it could be, to improve the services, to focus in on some of the populations, people who are new to the country, little kids. There's 90,000 kids under the age of 5 in Calgary. So when you come to this library, what you see is the best that the Calgary Public Library has to offer throughout the entire city.
What is the biggest success of this new library?
We've had over 250,000 people in the first month that the library's been open who have been here, but they're not just coming to look at the building. I mean, everybody kind of looks up and they're awed and amazed and everything else. But I think that they get it right away that there's stuff to do here. It doesn't make any difference whether you're a little kid and want to go into the children's area, whether you're an older person who's spent a lifetime in Calgary and have access to the local history materials that we have up here, or experiencing the indigenous art, the teen area. I mean, every part of the library has really been activated. On top of that, we've got a great cafe and we've got a great restaurant that are run by local people, and they've done it in their way, which also adds to the experience.
When you come to this library, the architecture is amazing.
The architecture is all based on the fact that the site that this library is on was a very problematic site. It's over a train. It's right behind City Hall, which is a big blue wall, and it wants to be the entry point to the East Village. All that gave the architect the opportunity to create a very special building. He didn't want to build a box. This needed to be something very special. His whole motivation or his whole inspiration for this building was the Chinook Arch.
Okay.
And it's a weather phenomenon that only happens in very few places around the world. And so his thought was, somehow or another, this building needs to celebrate that weather phenomenon.
Okay, Bill, can you tell us something about indigenous art?
Sure. In this building, we thought it was really important to make sure that the indigenous community felt welcome, that they felt that this was their library as well as everybody else's library. And the way we did that was we worked with an organization called the Canadian Indigenous Placemaking Council. They're a national group, and what they do is they focus on bringing local indigenous artists and getting them involved early on in the process of great buildings and great places. But we think it's really important that when somebody from different cultures, especially cultures who were here long before us, come into this building, they feel welcome and they feel that this belongs to them. And I think that that's what the art can do for us here. We're really, libraries and art are inseparable. There needs to be great art in great libraries so that people can experience things they wouldn't find otherwise at home or maybe in their community or whatever else, but they somehow or another can be, their lives and their perspective can be broadened by their encounter with the art. And I think both with our indigenous placemaking and the public art we have on the outside and the inside of this building, we're starting to see that.
Yeah. One more question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite space?
Well,
in the library.
I will tell you that. One of the things I wanted to mention was that, we talked about how many people have come to the building. We've talked about, how beautiful it is. And when people come in, they look up and they see this is spectacular. And then they think, this building is for me. This is for everybody in this community, no matter whether you're rich or poor or whatever, older or younger. We've got everybody in this building. It was built for them. So it really, in many ways, this is an investment, a major investment by this community in the potential of all the people that live in Calgary. And I think that's the thing that makes me the proudest, Now, my favorite part of the building, and I don't think they intended it, is beautiful stairs. You really are. This building is a building that was made to walk. But when you walk up the stairs, hold on to the handrail because they're lit.
Yeah.
They're lit and they're warm. So on a really cold day, you put your hand on the handrail and it warms your heart. Yeah. And that's my favorite part of this building.
I actually felt that this morning.
Yeah.
I was on the rail. I was like, this is warm. This is cold.
On that, 20 below, 30 below day, or whatever, put your hand on those handrails and you're going to feel like you're home.
Thank you very much, Bill.
Thank you
so much.
Okay.
This is your library. This is our library. And this is the library for everybody. Come check it out.